Vice President SS⁰Ķ⁰ has called on the international community to support Africa's efforts in combating terrorism, climate change, the COVID-19 pandemic, as well as poverty. Mr. SS⁰Ķ⁰, who spoke in his virtual address to the World Economic Forum 2022 on Friday, raised concerns about the spate of terrorism combating the continent. African countries face a serious threat of terrorism arising from the encroachments of global terror groups and their franchises into Africa. It is imperative for the international community to make more robust interventions to clear terrorists from Africa, just as it did in the Middle Belt and other parts of the world, because terrorism anywhere is a threat to peace everywhere, he said. He said that geopolitical tensions among the great powers should not be allowed to prevent Africa from getting the help it needed to combat terrorism. The vice president decried the health and economic crisis caused by COVID-19, noting that it had slowed down progress in the continent. It is a matter of regret, therefore, that in spite of increased collaboration in terms of sharing knowledge and scientific information around the virus, the world has been unable to arrange a coordinated global response to ensure availability of vaccines for all. He said that, like most parts of the world, Africa, with its young population, was beginning to recover as the continent grew by 3.7% last year and was set to grow by 3.8% in 2022. And as the pandemic has shown, we live in an interrelated world. So the international community must not sit by and allow Africa to be overrun by terrorists, be it from the Sahel, the Horn of Africa, or Southern Africa. Speaking on climate change, Mr. SS⁰Ķ⁰ said it is now common knowledge that African contributes least to common knowledge as being the most negatively affected by it. We must not allow this worrying situation to be compounded further by global inaction, processes and rules that make it difficult for Africa to adapt to climate change. This is why the international community must redeem the pledge it recently reaffirmed at COP26 of providing $100 million financing annually to support climate change efforts in developing countries, he added. Okay, when it comes to the issue of COVID, I'm sure this man should be aware that the World Health Organization said that despite a lot of people who were not vaccinated in Africa, that this thing didn't even really affect the Omicron that came lastly, didn't even affect them much. And again, now you begin to ask yourself, these guys are living in affluence. All these politicians, I don't know about other African countries because people say they are all the same, but at least let us use our own as a yardstick. All these guys are living in affluence. All of these things that are being said, that he just said, they don't affect them. And you begin to ask yourself, you are calling it on international whatever, when we have what it takes to do the right thing. You know, when this man speaks, of course, you might say, oh, maybe he has some skills or whatever, or he has this leadership, quality leadership, or leadership quality he has, or whatever. But most of the time, when he just speaks theoretically, that's the way I see it. I don't feel him. It will be quoting percentage, this and this and this and that, speaking theoretically, not practical. He speaks things that are not practical. I think I can put it that way. That's just the way I feel. Yeah, this and that, this and this and that. This is the 7th year. They are 7th year in the office. Now they have compounded with the problem. You are calling on international community. Meanwhile, Buhari that has that technical know-how when it comes to security. I don't know what you guys discuss, because it's just like a slave master relationship. Oga, yes relationship. I don't think SS⁰Ķ⁰ will be able to sit down and advise Buhari, because that is just the way they have placed it. Nobody listen to each other. You are calling on international community, because this one, it just matter. Let us just say something, because it will end there. You think they're going to follow it up? And you think the international community will help you to do what? When you guys are living in affluence, you see the money you are budgeting for food alone, for wardrobe allowance, for all manner of things. You go outside the country to go and take medical treatment. You send your children abroad. All those little things. They are not little things, but at least let us even take it from there. You can't even manage all of those things. You are calling them, but you think they are going to answer. And just like I've said before now, I would just be listening to all this news. I'll be listening to that. I see somebody said they say they're going to do this. So myself, I will open mouth like this. I will already, yes. They are going to do, the government is planning to do this. No, say nothing. As you talking for that meeting, that's what it end. Nobody's following anything up. See what is happening in Nigeria. In a sane environment, this man would have resigned. The president would have resigned. Even the two of them. What are they doing? People will be going one side, they will be going the other way. Theoretically, it's all about theory. Not practical. Not at all. Very, 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 very shame. We are calling international community to come and help you to do what? Terrorism. Before you guys came in 2015, the situation we are passing through, we are not passing through this situation. It has not escalated to what we have now. Now you are calling on the international community to come and help you. Yeah, they will help you. 7 years down the line, you didn't tell us that you're going to be inviting international communities. See the money they spent on TUCANO. They can't even use it. Before you know that, those things go rotty. Before you know, one day, all this ISWAP and Boko Haram, they'll still collect it from their hand. Nothing will still happen. Then they were saying, you can imagine, during Goodluck Jonathan's time, Dasuki, about how many $1 billion they budgeted for ammunition and what have you, that they did not buy the ammunition. I don't know, somebody squandered the money and a lot of them squandered the money. At the end of the day, you guys cannot even jail them. How do we believe what you said? Because people always talk about APC propaganda. They are so good when it comes to that. Now, the problem of insecurity was just like 30-40%, but now it has gone to 80 to 90%. And you have not been able to do anything. You see where to go and buy the ammunition. You can't even use it. So of what use? When people say they are of same, they just operate in different ways. So you think that they are different. But there's this antecedent here. When one person is more powerful, we are not building system. When somebody is so powerful, when impunity is the other, the corruption is at its peak. So are they not the same? Is it not the same thing? Disobedience to court order. Feeling so big. It's unfortunate. So when OSINBAJO talks, I see him talk from the angle of theory, not practical. Because all these things, it will just, as soon as they finish the meeting or whatever meeting they have with them, that will be the end. For serious governments wants to tackle insecurity. We are hearing different stories. All these bandits, that they came all the way from outside the country because some people invited them here. Buhari told us that those who are causing mayhem, that they are not Fulani Nigeria. And Buhari has never done anything. He has not spoken in the language that we understand. He doesn't say anything. And you are calling international community, or you think they don't know what is happening. The people you are supposed to prescribe, you didn't prescribe it. The people you are not supposed to prescribe, they are the ones you are prescribing. And yet you are lobbying so that other countries will join you to prescribe them. Who does that? It's unfortunate. It is now quarter to your, what is it called? That is when you now know that you want to call the international community.